Hi, this is Christian, and welcome back to NFL Updates Express, your weekly dose of NFL news, coming your way, Week 17 predictions. It's a great matchup for the NFC North Division when the Green Bay Packers take on the Detroit Lions. Now, the Packers have run the table so far to this point after their horrific 4-6 start to the season. Aaron Rodgers jokingly said that they could run the table, and so far they haven't lost since. Remember RELAX from a couple of years ago? Well, this is a similar situation. And the Packers are a dangerous team, because if they find their way into the playoffs, who knows, they could find their way all the way to Super Bowl 51. So if I was the Lions, I'd try to get rid of them once and for all before it's too late. And for the Lions, well, they have this scenario where they can either get the 2 seed or miss the playoffs entirely. And that seems really crazy. And I think the Lions, it will be tough for them to win this game, even at home. But I think the Lions are going to put everything they have into it to avoid losing their final 3 games of the season and knowing a playoff berth that's at stake. And I think this will be a very great game. Stafford has had a lot of fourth quarter comebacks, and Aaron Rodgers is one of the best quarterbacks that has ever played the game. This should be an entertaining game, but ultimately I think the Green Bay Packers and their hot streak continues. Dylan's prediction is the Green Bay Packers. In the next spotlight game of the week, it's the New York Giants as they take on the Washington Redskins at FedEx Field. Now the Redskins, they're in a win-and-end scenario after the Dallas Cowboys defeated the Detroit Lions, and now all the Redskins have to do is beat the Giants, who basically have nothing to play for after they're stuck at the 5 seed and can't win the division. And so it will be interesting to see if the Giants rest their starters like Odell Beckham and Eli Manning for the playoffs, or will they play a complete game and go all at it and try to knock out their division rival out of the playoffs. And the Redskins, well, they know what's at stake. Kirk Cousins, after losing to the Carolina Panthers, and they would have already clinched a playoff spot if it wasn't for that game. So the Redskins know that this game is the biggest game of their season. Deshaun Jackson should be an interesting piece along with Jamison Crowder, 2 deep targets they can maybe get a deep bomb to and can change the game. And I think this should be very entertaining, but with the Redskins playing for a lot more than the Giants, I think the Washington Redskins will make it to the playoffs this season. Dylan's prediction is the Washington Redskins. It's the New England Patriots as they take on the Miami Dolphins. Now the Miami Dolphins have clinched a playoff spot before Week 17, and that's an amazing feat for a team that seemed dead in the water come September, but they've really reeled off a lot of great wins, including last week. Their amazing win against the Buffalo Bills just showed this Miami team is someone that you don't want to play come January in the playoffs. And even with Matt Moore has played pretty solid in his 2 games, and whoever plays the Dolphins will have a tough task. Running with Jay Ajayi in the cold weather of probably just about any city in the playoffs right now, it would be tough to play him, and I think the Miami Dolphins might have a formula for success in the playoffs. And the Patriots, they're playing for the number 1 seed, and I think they should be able to get this. But Miami has given the Patriots struggles in years past in Week 17, so it'll be interesting to see how the Patriots play this game. Overall, it should be pretty entertaining, but I think the New England Patriots get the number 1 seed over the Miami Dolphins. first time on NFL Updates Express, the player of the week is a defensive tackle, and that is Dontari Poe of the Kansas City Chiefs. He threw a touchdown pass at the 1-yard line against the Denver Broncos, routing them, clinching a playoff spot, and eliminating the Denver Broncos from postseason contention. Congratulations, Dontari Poe, on throwing your first career touchdown pass. There's not much to talk about for the division and wildcard races, as the AFC is already set, besides a couple of seeding things with the Chiefs could get the 2 seed, or the Raiders, if the Raiders win, they will get the 2 seed, and the Patriots with the win, they will all but lock up the number 1 seed. And for the NFC, there's a little bit more conflict. The Buccaneers have a very outside chance of making the playoffs, and that involves the Giants and the Redskins to tie, so the chances of that happening are slim to none. And then the Redskins, well, we already talked about them. All they have to do is win and get in. And the Lions, they can get in either by winning in Week 17 against the Packers, or by hoping that the Redskins lose, and if they do, they're automatically in, either at the 3 or the 6 spot, and could move up to 2 if things fall their way as well, if Seattle and the Falcons lose in Week 17. It was a Christmas miracle as the Cleveland Browns won their first game of the 2016 season, defeating San Diego 20-17 in the upset of the week. Here are the other games for Week 16. It was the Eagles over the Giants 24-19, the Redskins over the Bears 41-21, the Falcons over the Panthers 33-16, the Dolphins over the Bills 34-31 in overtime in the most entertaining game. It was the Patriots over the Jets 41-3, the Jaguars over the Titans 38-17, the Packers over the Vikings 38-25, the Raiders over the Colts 33-25, the Saints over the Buccaneers 31-24, the Cardinals over the Seahawks 34-31, the 49ers over the Rams 22-21, the Texans over the Bengals 12-10, the Steelers over the Ravens 31-27, the Chiefs over the Broncos 33-10, and the Cowboys over the Lions 42-21. And for this week was 7-9. Dylan's was 9-7. My record prediction for the entire year is 135, 103, and 2. Dylan's is 127, 111, and 2.